And the same thing that goes with sales. I'm always floored when I hear that trainers at big box gyms, they accept that 25% closing rate. Now, how is that possible? If you have 10 people in front of you during an assessment, you only sign up 3.
Yeah, that's insane.
Favorite trainer with a belt buckle, here with Equinox Manager Juan. We're gonna do a little walk and talk. Jake, have a good one.
Here we go.
So, talk to us about the life of a manager at Equinox.
Well, it's very complex. There's different tasks every day. For sure, my number one priority is the well-being of my trainers. Checking in on them, anything that they may need. To start the day, we've been having, like this last week, we've been having issues with our clock-ins. So making sure my trainers get paid, make sure they're not getting any dings on it. Second priority, if there's new hires, anything that they may need help with education-wise, getting them to the level to where they can start to build their business. And then the last, not necessarily least importance, but the third task of the day is making sure that the rest of the department is running, making sure communicating with my co-manager, anyone that may need to be in the conversation of what's going on in my daily operations.
Love it. Now, you said new trainers. So you got about 15 trainers in Marina Del Rey. And when you bring on new trainers, what are some things you look for? It's that NASM certification, right?
Mostly just the effort and attitude, and letting me know what the reasons and why you want to be a trainer. So I think if you have that North Star, it's going to keep you focused and keep you motivated, keep you going every day. Because what I like to talk about is it's a very rewarding job, but it's also a very challenging one. And I also like to make it challenging just because I know on the other side of that is a massive growth for that person.
Now, I love Juan because he's a badass. He's a CrossFitter. He will fuck you up, but he's so diverse in his background. CrossFit, powerlifting. He started out with NASM, got that cert. Now, would you say where you're at today is because of that first certification, NASM?
It opened the door.
Okay,
I think it's a good starting point. When you start your personal training career, a lot of the times you don't know where to start. So I think they've done a good job of opening that door and piquing the interest. I think my biggest pet peeve about it is that they try to isolate themselves of this is the way, the dogma part of it. And the reason that I've gotten to get into basically any room, collegiate, pro, powerlifting, the sports world, corporate, is that you understand training and understand that there is no dogma. All tools are valid and invalid at the same time.
And we had a conversation the other day. Something you challenge your new trainers with is the why behind their programming. And unfortunately today, too many trainers, they just choose exercises. I'm gonna do a fucking stability ball, squat, curl, press. Why? Why are you doing this? So talk a little bit more on the why behind your programming, because that's so important.
Yeah, so the first thing that comes to mind is the function over exercises. And what Chris is talking about is most of the time when I see trainers program, they're selecting exercises, which is not gonna be helpful at all. The why and the function of it is gonna give you a bigger bang for your buck. Like, I joke that I never do bicep curls because they're non-functioning for all the other things that I'm going to do. I see a lot of trainers just choose the machine because it's a machine to do. I almost hate machines because it messes up the trainer's ability to think of the function, and when that machine is taken during primetime hours, they get stuck. So I try to teach about function. If you understand what a horizontal pull is, you can go to a cable, a dumbbell, a barbell, anything, and still do the same movement. And I know if you're selecting exercises, you're not really having a long-term thought about the function of what you need to do with your person to get them to where they need to go.
Love that, because that's exactly what we teach at Show Up. We teach you the pattern. So if you have an exercise that you're doing and it is taken, you have the ability to think on the fly. And I'm sure as you experience one of the most crowded times in the gym at Marina Del Rey.
Probably 5:30 p.m.
And if you want to do bench press and it's taken,
There's only 2 benches, so you're not gonna bench.
so what do? A lot of trainers are going to twiddle their thumbs, stick the foam roller up their ass. They don't know what to do. So when you look at programming from what is the function? Why are we doing this? So I love that. Now, what are some of the traits that you're seeing the successful trainers at your facility that they have?
One of the traits, I don't know if they already come with it or we've been pretty fortunate to develop this type of culture, but the culture of accepting feedback and actually listening and not feeling like it's a personal attack towards you, but understanding that you are less experienced in this field and everyone is trying to help you. And actually acting on it is what's going to make you successful. Luckily for me, my team wants everyone to win. We talk about us wanting to be like the 96 Bulls where everyone knows about us. And you're gonna know about us because everyone's winning. You're gonna feel like you participating and contributing to the team, as to where a lot of times I see everyone thinks it's very scarce and there's not enough clients and there's not enough business. I'll tell you, most gyms are only training less than 10% of their member base. Less than 10%. That means there's thousands of people out there of opportunities, but we're lacking the effort to actually try to build a business, which is something that we talk about. There's 2 sides of it. There's the basic understanding of training, and then 2, you are your own brand. So if you're not hot shit or branding yourself or representing yourself as someone that someone would want to train with, then you are lacking that side and you're pissed at management, you're pissed at the gym, when you should be pissed at yourself.
Love that. Essentially what he's saying right there is, are you fucking showing up? Do you look the part? Can you talk the part? It's so unfortunate today that we settle on these numbers. You hear that 8-10% client penetration. So that means if you have 1,000 members, 100 of them barely are working with trainers. I see that as 900 people you didn't show the value. You didn't get in front of them. You didn't have conversations. You're not great at talking to people. And the same thing that goes with sales. I'm always floored when I hear that trainers at big box gyms, they accept that 25% closing rate. Now, how is that possible? If you have 10 people in front of you during an assessment, you only sign up 3.
Yeah, that's insane. What that tells me, because we get this a lot, and most trainers are not signing up for a sales job. I get it. I totally understand. We are signing up, though, to help people. But no one's going to know how great you are or how much you can help them without providing that value. And the way that you provide value is listening and doing some sort of assessment. I saw the needs assessment on your board of how you're actually going to bring that value. I think everyone goes in there trying to use a sales strategy and say things that they think the other person wants them to hear, versus you being the professional and you being the one to tell them, no, this is what you need to do. You are in serious trouble and this is the thing that you need to do. Otherwise, you're going to be stuck. And then nudging and starting to act like their coach. Yeah. What are you going to do for you not to come back to right where you're at? Because you have mentioned you've gone back and forth and have never made progress. What are you going to do this magical time around without me that's going to solve your problems? You have no idea how. And I talk about how you've spent a lot of time learning about some sort of training to this point, and you still feel like you don't know a lot or enough. Imagine what that other person knows. They know nothing. We are doing everyone a favor by creating and communicating what that value is and or educating them. So I always lean on build that value, show them the way, and don't lean completely on the sales strategy. Being good at sales and being good at training is the magical marriage where you get to do your job and actually help someone.
Love that, because what he's referencing is you're going to hear people saying, I'm a trainer, I'm a coach, I didn't get into this to be a salesman. That's just bullshit. They don't have the competency to deliver a strong presentation that they're worthy to work with. And that could be their own little self-conscious thing
And
that
then
they
I
have
was
going
arguing,
on.
what job are you gonna do that you never have to sell yourself? You always have to sell yourself
Yeah, right?
on some sort of basis. I don't get to be talking to all of you guys right now without having to have proven and shown my own value. It goes the same way with any type of career path.
That's right. So we got about 45 seconds left. We're coming up here on Sunset Boulevard. What's going to be the last little gold nuggets for new trainers that are watching this? They want to get hired at Equinox. What do they need to do besides show up?
Just be your true self. Don't try to be anyone else. Know that you are going to get better as long as you keep trying. And that stress that you're having, I think, is a good stress. Don't ponder on it. Just lean into it and lean into trying to fail as fast and as quickly as possible, because the other side of that is a way better you, and you get to train the people that you want to train.
That's right. So we talk about that imposter phenomenon everyone complains about. I'm not worthy. You are. You have to believe that and get in front of great coaches and managers like Juan. Your management is going to set you up for success. And if you don't align with them, you may want to consider going somewhere else, a different gym, a different...
Yeah, so the last one I will note is don't try to get a job to get a job. Try to get a job with a team that you can see yourself with. So you're going to spend so much time there. Something that I don't think people understand is that you have to interview your manager. Otherwise, you're going to hate it.
That's right. Love it. Back here at Show Up. Thank you guys. Have a great rest of the day. Belt Buckle Trainer, checking out.